Hi, today we're going to take gratitude literally into our heart. I'm going to teach you a simple heart math process that creates a balance or a cohesion or a coherence between our head and our heart. Because honestly, our head is constantly grabbing the reins to control and calculate and try to make everything come out the way that we think we want it to be. Because underneath all of that is we're afraid if it isn't going to come out the way we think we want it to be. But the problem with that is it leaves the heart out of the equation. And the heart has all of the wisdom and has the connection to the larger field of infinite intelligence. It also has access to all of the cellular intelligence, our blueprint of health inside every single one of our cells, of which there are trillions. And so not accessing that holds us back. It holds us apart from all of the goodness, the wholeness, the abundance, the love, the elevated health, bringing our heart health into the levels that it deserves to be, which is very easy to do. It's very reversible, any heart problem that we may be experiencing. Whether that problem is on an emotional level, literally a physical level, with a little bit of excess weight, a bad circulation, cholesterol or blood pressure or blood sugar or inflammatory levels rising up a little bit. Those are all signals from our heart. And it also could be at the level of spiritual, where we're actually a little bit disconnected from the spiritual access that we all have available to us. I can't tell you how many times I've heard from women after we've worked together. They've said, and they considered themselves a very spiritual woman, right? And I had this experience too, and I'm not going to ever do this again because I know that there's always more to access. But what I hear from them is, I didn't realize how disconnected I was. I thought I was spiritual, but I didn't realize how much more I had access to. And that more, if anyone is struggling with heart health at any level, that is a call to that more. And so let's do a very simple heart math. Comes from the Institute of Heart Math. This research is really excellent if you ever wanted to check it out. This is one of the tiny, it isn't that tiny actually. It's subtle, but it's potent. But it's one of the ingredients in a whole heart health recipe. So it's wise to start practicing this now. So the very first thing in this heart math practice is to place our hands on our heart. It is known by research that where we touch, our awareness goes. So simply putting our hands on our heart helps there to be some awareness in our heart and not all of the awareness in our head. And then the next thing to do is to start breathing a little slower and a little more rhythmically. And initially, it doesn't really matter whether you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, or a yogic breath or whatever. It is ideal to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, because breathing in, if you can breathe in through your nose, filters out a lot of the particles that are in the air, because there are little hairs in our nose, and that way we don't have to take that into our respiratory system. So I have trained myself to breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. So when we slow our breath down, it signals to our body and our mind that we are more safe than not. When we're breathing quickly, that's a signal that something isn't safe, and that something may be external to us, or it might just be our own emotions, honestly. So anyway, so you've got your hand on your heart, you're breathing slow, and then the next thing you want to do is you want to access the feeling of gratitude or appreciation, which happens to be a frequency of energy that is so close to love, it's hardly discernible. And that is what our heart is asking us to tap into and to increase and to expand and to learn to trust, right? And this is a practice. So you can if you can't find instantly gratitude in your heart in your feeling state, then think of something that you do feel grateful for. It could be a sunny day after a week of rain. It could be your child, your grandchild. It could be any number of things. But the key is to just access the thing, so you can feel gratitude for it, so that you can feel the feeling of gratitude in your heart, so that you can start expanding that feeling by your choice, at will, by causing and creating, consciously choosing to increase gratitude in your heart. And that's really the long and the short of it. And research shows that doing this for 3 minutes, and that's not a lot of time to ask, because of course our mind is going to be like, I don't have time for this. I'm too busy. I'm busy controlling and calculating my world here. But if you just do it anyway, maybe set your cell phone alarm to 3 minutes. You'll actually probably want to do it more. That's what I always find. I do it for 18 minutes a day now, because, and then I do it all throughout the day in smaller pockets, because it strings together. Oh, how can I say this? It strings together um, a sense of connection to that greater knowing and to that divine love field, that I know that I'm starting to learn without a shadow of a doubt that I am a part of that. I am a part of that weave, and so are you. But the thing is we have to get our head on board with that. So that's why doing practices like this is so valuable and so powerful over time, because it teaches our smaller, more human, ego-based mind that it's actually okay, and there's actually great value in participating in something like this. So anyway, when we do this for 3 minutes, research shows that our cortisol levels drop, that our inflammatory levels drop. Let me see. That all of our biochemical markers and our chemistry literally shifts from being in a state of kind of eating away at us from the inside out, to actually creating a higher level of health in every cell of our being, and mostly in our heart, because there are brain cells in our heart that when we do this kind of coherence and cohesion between our head and our heart, it starts healing the heart right away. So I really want to invite you to consider incorporating this, weaving this into your day, however much you can, because you won't. There's only good that will come of it. Like, your return on your investment is so high that it's hard to even quantify. So on that happy note, I will leave you to your ever filling feeling of gratitude. I'll also tell you that some days this feels really like, wow, it's like spilling out, out of you like a fountain. And other days are a little bit harder to tap into, but don't stop doing it. Do it anyway, because those harder days, it simply means that there are aspects of energy that are trying to come into alignment with that coherence, with that frequency of gratitude. And that's a good thing. That's actually healing on many, many levels and layers of your being. So if you have one of those days, and you will, I mean, it could be every other day for all I know. It doesn't matter, but there will be days that are like that, and days that are really juicy, and do it anyway. Okay? Lori Morse, author of Reverse Your Heart Naturally, The 7 Steps to, and The Woman's Guide to Not Die Before Her Time, with the 7 steps that are in the book. So I invite you to get yourself a copy and go through these steps. What we shared today is just one of a part of one step, and there are 6 others. It's all meaty. So go get some of those nuggets for yourself.